Tamil Nadu politics is changing faster than anyone imagined. Just weeks ago, the biggest story was the meteoric rise of Chief Minister C. Joseph Vijay and the stunning electoral success of the Tamalaga Vetri Kalagam. But even as Vijay settles into power, another political story is beginning to unfold. The story of K. Annamalai, the former IPS officer who transformed himself into one of Tamil Nadu's most recognizable political faces, has now walked away from the BJP, and he appears determined to chart a political course of his own. But can Annamalai build a regional political force with a nationalist outlook in a state traditionally dominated by Dravidian politics? Vanakkam, this is T. Suresh Kumar. Thank you for joining me in the 150th episode of the Hindu Focus Tamil Nadu. 7 years ago, Annamalai stunned many by walking away from the Indian police service. As a young IPS officer in Karnataka, he had cultivated an image of fearlessness and administrative toughness. His supporters called him Singham, the lion. After returning to Tamil Nadu, he appeared destined for a public life beyond bureaucracy. He launched social initiatives, worked on leadership development and organic farming, and soon entered politics through the BJP. What followed was one of the fastest political rises seen in recent Tamil Nadu history. Within a short span, he became the face of the BJP in the state. And most importantly, he became something the BJP had struggled to find in Tamil Nadu for years, a leader who could command attention beyond the party's traditional support base. Annamalai understood something very well. In modern politics, visibility is power. He knew exactly how to dominate headlines. He knew how to create political narratives. And he knew how to keep himself at the center of public debate. Whether it was allegations of corruption against the DMK through what he called the DMK files, or attacks on what he described as minority appeasement, or projecting the DMK as anti-national, Annamalai consistently positioned himself as the principal challenger to the ruling party. Ironically, he achieved this despite leading a political party that was not even the main opposition in the assembly. For many young voters, particularly the first-timers, Annamalai became the face of opposition politics in Tamil Nadu. Yet, there was a contradiction at the heart of his political journey. He was embroiled in controversies over his Rs 3 lakh Rafale watch and claims that his friends funded his monthly expenses to the tune of Rs 7 to Rs 8 lakh. These things, of course, did not destroy his political career, but they challenged the clean politician brand he had built. Nonetheless, while he admired Prime Minister Narendra Modi and remained deeply loyal to the BJP national leadership, he also understood that Tamil Nadu's political culture was unique. This is a state where regional identity matters, language matters, federal rights matter. Annamalai knew he could not simply transplant the BJP's national template into Tamil Nadu. So he often tried to strike a balance. He opposed Hindi imposition. He acknowledged Tamil Nadu's regional political character. At times, he sounded more like a regional politician than a conventional BJP leader. And therein lay the seeds of a future conflict. Because Annamalai's ambitions extended beyond merely strengthening the BJP in Tamil Nadu. He wanted to transform it into a ruling force. And to do that, he believed the party had to break free from dependence on the AIADMK. This became his defining political gamble. He argued that the BJP should stop playing second fiddle to the AIADMK. He challenged the logic of alliance politics. He even declared that he was prepared to step down as party president rather than continue indefinitely under the AIADMK's shadow. For Annamalai, politics was not about incremental growth. It was about disruption. The gamble produced mixed results for the BJP in Tamil Nadu. In the last parliamentary elections, the BJP-led alliance failed to win any seat. But significantly, the party's vote share rose to 11%. For Annamalai, that was proof that his strategy was working. But for the BJP High Command, elections are ultimately about seats. And from Delhi's perspective, an alliance with the AIDMK offered a far more practical route. The consequence was inevitable. The BJP and AIDMK reunited last year. Annamalai was replaced as state president, and suddenly the man who had dominated Tamil Nadu's BJP narrative found himself without a meaningful role in the organization. And then came the political earthquake of 2026. Vijay's TVK had already stormed into Tamil Nadu politics. Millions of young voters rallied behind a new alternative. And interestingly, a section of those young voters had previously admired Annamalai. In the run-up to the assembly polls, he had conveyed to the party leadership that the BJP was shortchanged by the AIDMK during the seat distribution. Eventually, the BJP was defeated in all but one seat, and its vote share dramatically fell below 3%. This is exactly where Annamalai's current calculations become fascinating. He appears to believe there is still room for another political force in Tamil Nadu. Not a Dravidian party, not a BJP clone, but a regional party with a nationalist outlook. A party that can appeal to young aspirational voters while remaining rooted in Tamil identity. In many ways, Annamalai is attempting to build something that sits between the BJP and the Dravidian ecosystem. A difficult balancing act, no doubt, but one he seems determined to attempt. The challenge, however, is enormous. Creating narratives is one thing, building an organization, that a political organization, is another. The DMK spent decades constructing its political machinery. The AIADMK inherited a formidable grassroots structure. Vijay compensated for organizational weaknesses with unmatched star power. Annamalai possesses communication skills, energy, and a loyal following among sections of youth. But strong political movements also require booth committees, local leaders, district-wide networks, volunteers, and the most biggest factor of all, sustained funding. Now, without that foundation, even the most ambitious political project can collapse. It is against this backdrop that Annamalai is exploring launching a movement before converting it into a political party some months down the line. And that brings us to the central question. Is Annamalai's resignation the end of a chapter or the beginning of a much larger story? He has always been impatient. He has always preferred taking risks over waiting his turn. Today, he appears convinced that Tamil Nadu is entering a new political era, an era where old equations are weakening, where people are willing to experiment, and where new leaders believe they can rewrite the rules. Whether Annamalai succeeds in creating a new political constituency or ends up splitting an already fragmented opposition vote remains to be seen. But one thing is certain, in a state where politics has suddenly become unpredictable, Annamalai is not ready to be a mere spectator. He wants to be one of the authors of Tamil Nadu's next political chapter. Whether the people give him that opportunity is the question that will define the years ahead. Let's wait and watch. On that note, this is D. Suresh Kumar signing off. I shall meet you in another video. Thank you.